Alright, so working with the Kali Linux and using over the command prompt or the terminal in the Linux world, you can say, is becomes too much super useful and becomes so beneficial while you're going through the terminal and using the shortcuts commands to navigate and move through the windows in one single terminal. So before going to start, let's open it up, the terminal, and as you can see, this is the customized terminal by me as I use it sometimes whenever I go through the use of the Kali Linux. That gives me the hacking and the pen testing feel that how we are going to use, and also the same time the satisfaction of using the Kali Linux, that is the hacking platform. And you want to be involved in that platform. So we need to modify some of the preferences in order to make it for our own, and as this is subjective part, this depends on the user to user. So how I use is the preferences. So going to terminal and file, we will see the preferences here. We can modify every part, every aspect of here, like the font, that how it will be looking like. Color schemes, so going to green on black and apply, it will be changed by here. We can see this is if I am typing something after closing this window, it will be changed and it will be looking like the hacker's system is in working. So this is the best way. So let me clear it first. Now every commands can be customized to use as a shortcuts. So as we can see, this is the shift key I have already used. So I am going to use the shift key to open the preferences, and everything can be customized from here. We can also use the terminal margin and start with the preset value of the terminal. So there is nothing to change with here, but what I have changed is the cursor shape. So here is the underline cursor that I use. We can also use the block and the I-beam cursor. You can change and try to see how it actually looks like. The scroll bar position is also on the right side. This is the scroll bar position of the terminal here. Widget style is system default. So I'm not going to change the system default settings. That also not makes anything great look and feel changes. So the changes that I want to use is the shortcuts. So here is the shortcuts that I always change on each settings, each systems before I going to start it. So we can see the add tab is here, that adds for the Control Shift T, that will create a new tab here. Bottom subterminal will also use for the Alt down. So all of these in a categorized way, how it can be used. We can also split this terminal horizontally, vertically. So all these settings have been used for ease of use by me, like the Shift H for horizontal, and it will also be easy to remember. And split terminal vertically is the Shift V. That's how it actually works. Zoom in, zoom out, and the reset zoom is also there. So I have already set, and only the hide window borders and the quit is not there. So I'm going to change these preferences first. So Shift P, going to shortcuts, and alright, so the appearance was actually not according to mine. So I'm going to use the Kali dark, and that is the base settings I always use and prefer to like this. Now in most of the cases you are going to use multiple windows. So how it is going to make you work faster and in a super easy way is this way. So this is one terminal. I'm going to use and split this same terminal into multiple. So I'm going to use the H, that is the horizontal split, that is the Shift H. As I have said, you can set it according to your own. Now I am on the first terminal here, or the second. Just you can type it and it will be shown. So once you split the window, it will be moved to that window. And we can also move back from there. So let's see how is the what are the commands for the moving back to the terminal. So we can also use the Alt and up and down. So we can use the Alt and up arrow key that is basically used for the up, down, left, right. So now here is the navigating. So basically Alt plus all 4 arrows can be used to navigate in all the directions from left to right, up to down. And basically there are only 4 directions in the command prompt that we can use too. Now let me collapse this subterminal. Actually it is called subterminal. So I'm going to collapse this. So collapsing the second one. So I'm on the last one. Let me type something. Yeah, I'm on the last second one. So I'm going to use the Shift plus C, and the same terminal on which I was at that time will be collapsed and deleted. There will be nothing results shown there. So this is the way. You can also use the tab that can be used in multiple terminals in a separate terminal, you can say. So terminal opening in a new tab will be Control Shift plus T. So this is the new tab we can see here. We can also navigate through the terminal one by one using the commands, and this is the we using more Shift plus T will open many terminals. But many times you are going to use the terminal with lots of applications opening, and also you want to show up everything in a single screen. So that is the best way to split up. So splitting horizontally. Now I am on the second terminal. So here is this. Now I want to split it vertically. So now I'm going to use the Shift plus V. The same second subterminal was split in the 2 part. Now moving to we can use the Alt plus arrow key to navigate. Now I am on the first terminal, and I am going to split this 2 in the vertically. This will be vertically. Now we have the 4 set of subterminals. Even more, you can also split the subterminals into 2 parts. Moving to the right one, I am on the right side of the terminal, like here it is, and I'm going to use the Shift plus H, that is horizontally. This will be splitted into horizontal. Now I am going to use the how it actually works. So even some commands that can be used, like the help file, will have the garbage. Everything is listed. It is not the garbage actually, but it is not looking like the best way. So I'm going to use something more in all of the things like this. CD, etc, and ls. Everyone have different options. So I'm going to use the dir here, that is showing the directory of that current directory, and the folders, you can say current user. Now everything is here. We can see this is all looking like this stuff. Now what you can do, instead of typing clear, you can also type the clear to only one window will be cleared in single time. So what we can do to clear the windows too much fast, like active subterminals. So the command for it that I have used setup is the Control Shift plus X. So I'm going to use the Control Shift X for the this window, and I am at this last one. I'm going to navigate using the Alt plus upper arrow, and I'm going to use the Control Shift plus X, and it will be cleared. So this is basically here. I'm going to use the upper one and Control Shift X. It is cleared. Once again, Alt plus upper arrow, and now Control Shift X. Alt plus left arrow and Control Shift and X. Once again, the Alt plus down arrow and Control Shift X. It is all clear. There is nothing to type more and again like the clear here. So that's the best way to customize the terminal and use it. Now what happened if you have used multiple subterminals like this on the screen, and you want to collapse or delete some of the subterminals? What you can use is Shift plus C that I have set for myself. You can also set it for yourself, and there is nothing to change for other shortcut commands. So I'm going to use the Shift+C. This is cleared, and navigating through the right one. So going first Alt+up, going down, going right, and once again Shift+C, it will be cleared. Shift+C, Shift+C, and there is only one terminal. So this is the best way we can customize to, and this is working actually faster. So for the example, if I am going to use a tool that is the Nmap, and I'm going to scan for scan and the google.com. Alright, so this requires actually root privilege, so I'm going to use the sudo and the nmap scan, and the user that I am going to use is the create this one. Alright, so now as this is working in the background, it is scanning for the target. I'm going to split the windows vertically, and I'm going to use other tools like the Nikto for attacking other host, so that google.com, and now it is also working at the same time. Now if I am going to use the other options like the splitting the windows terminal here in this case to horizontally, so that there will be one another case, so I'm going to also use that, and I will use other tools as well like the netcat. So this way we can use multiple tools in a single terminal, and all that will be visually available for on your screen, so that you can see all of the actions, all of the scannings, all of the attacks in one single window. Now we can see this is the menu, that is the file, actions, edit, view, help. We can go to by using that and do that split horizontally and do all of the steps for using that. We can also use the find, that is the most important part here. So I'm going to use the Control Shift F here, and here we can see this is the find button, and that asks for the string that you want to search for. So if I'm going to search for the teachable, then it will be there highlighted. Alright, so this way we can see it is highlighted. Now what if there will be too many strings, like the nmap have the more strings? So this way we can use this arrow to navigate all of the found strings or the search patterns terms. We can also change these search patterns, that how it will be finding on. So regular expression search, match case, or the highlight all matches. So this will be highlighting. We can just simply close it out, and anywhere you are using the tool, you can cancel everything like using the Control-C. So as this was actually running. Now if I'm going to quit this and stop this tool to scan for the target, I'm going to use the Control+C. That will be working and it will be stopped. Here it is also there. So if I'm going to use Control-C for stop, to stop the Nikto to scanning for the vulnerabilities for the google.com, then it will be doing the same task. Once again, going to the preferences, Shift P, we can see change some of the most things, like show the tabs. So here it is hide tab bar with only one tab. It will be hiding, otherwise it will be showing many tabs. Even if it is there in only one tab, we can see now this is. So this is the best way to hide the tab if it is only one terminal or the tab, you can say. Control Shift plus X, it will clear it without typing the clear word command. One thing that you would like to use and you will find it useful always inside the Kali Linux is the command to locate the tools installed or anything to find it inside the Kali Linux box. So there is a command that is called locate, that you can use it to find anything inside the Kali Linux penetration testing box. So if I am searching for nmap, where the locations are for all of the nmap is installed, and it is there. We can see all of these in the commands. We can also use the command like the nmap and using the pipe symbol to see the lists so that it will show in a page style. Alright, so now it is showing in the page style. Now if I will hit enter, then it will show the next page. We can see hit enter, and it will be showing up, meaning that it will show page by page, one page and per line. So hitting enter will show up every one. So again and again you need to hit the enter button in using this command, and that is too useful while using too large list of anything. So in order to stop that, you need to press the Ctrl Z here to stop listing. Now I'm just going to clear this. So locate function is basically useful, too much useful actually, finding the tools or the any files directories, or in order to know if the certain tool is there or not. Searching for Metasploit will show you the location of that. So searching for Metasploit, actually the spelling mistake. Alright, so it will show up everything related to the term that I have used, the Metasploit, and all the path of the tool's location that it has been used to and installed inside the system. So that way you simply select it and Ctrl+Shift+C to copy this and put it inside any command you are going to run that, and that's all for this one. You can also use the find to find the information on the current terminal. That is not used to find the other options. That is find to in a file, in a output, in a something like the terminal output. So once again Ctrl+Shift+X, and this is clear. So this is the way you can customize your command terminal, your Kali Linux, to use it according to how fast you want to switch from one window to another window using the shortcut commands. And that is beneficial, and also looks like that hacker is hacking or using the penetration testing box like the Kali Linux that favors the name of this distribution to hack like a professionals. To make the look like feeling, you also want to hide this file actions edit view menu, these menus. So in order to hide these menus, we can see there are the options. So going to shortcuts, we can see toggle menus that we can use Ctrl+Shift+M, and it will be hidden. Now if you want, you can also use the preferences using the shortcut commands. Just you need to remember the commands, otherwise you will have some difficulties in finding and reallocating it, or sometimes you might restart the systems if you are using the live version of the Kali Linux. So this is the best way you can use, and these commands are simply useful and simple to remember too, because I always use the Shift plus the other words short letters like the Shift-T, Shift-V, Shift-A, and similarly. So more commands can be found, and we will use that in the next couple of lessons to work around the Kali Linux to find something useful information that how it can be used actually. And this lesson was just for the terminal shortcuts and the customizations of the terminal that I use. So more commands that will be useful we will see in the next lessons.